All right, today you're learning about how to reduce a rational expression. So the basic idea is if you have any fraction, so let's just say 8 over 12, okay, you factor the common factors out. So let's just say this is 4 times 2 and this is 4 times 3. These 4's can cancel out because it's 4 over 4 is 1. So that's what we're going to be doing, but we're going to be doing it with polynomials and things like that. So factor completely, then we cancel stuff out, and then we write the answer. That's all. So here we are. We have to factor each of these. So the top one is interesting because it's really not factoring, it's just writing it without the squared. So whenever I square something, I simply write it twice. This one down at the bottom, I factor using our AM method, two things that multiply to 6. Oops, and add to -5. So I'm going to go with -3 and -2. These -3's are common, so I cancel out these -3's, one on the top and one on the bottom. As long as there's only one on the top and only one on the bottom, you can cancel them out. This x minus 3 doesn't have a pair, so it can't be reduced. So the final answer is x minus 3 over x minus 2. Okay, that's as far as you can go. This is a whole factor. You need to think of these subtraction and addition as love. Okay, so you have to think of them. You cannot break them apart. The only thing that can be broken apart is multiplication. So if you have a minus or a plus, you can't cross out anything they're attached to. Okay, so we'll factor again. Factor out the top. The GCF is z. Okay, the bottom one, we factor, let's see, z minus 7 and z minus 2. And then the z minus 7's are common. So we're left with a z on the top and a z minus 2 on the bottom. Again, this z minus 2, the z and the 2 are connected with a subtraction sign, so we cannot break them apart. So z over z minus 2 is the final answer. Don't go any further than. Okay, this one shows us something nicely interesting. This is dots, y plus 4, y minus 4. And the bottom can't be factored. So this can't be broken up, but if I had an exact copy of this, I could cross it out. Now this is so close. This is y minus 4 and this is 4 minus y. So they're very, very close. And what you have to notice is the y is positive here and here it's negative. The 4 is negative here and here it's positive. The signs are off by -1. So this allows us to cross these out and multiply by -1. Okay, so that's what we do. If we have reverse subtraction, this is what I call it. So reverse subtraction. So in this case, so if we have y minus 4, if I reverse that, that's 4 minus y. I can cross these out and the answer is -1. And we generally put the -1 on the top. So I'm putting I'm putting the -1 on the top. And so my answer is -1 times y plus 4. You can distribute that in if you want. Either answer is fine. All right, this is, as you can see, you can't factor here. The only time can't factor. The only time you can factor here. Okay, only time you can factor is when there's more than one term. So if you see a plus or a minus sign separating terms, then you know you can factor. Factoring is good. Okay, so here I'm not factoring. Here I can just simply expand, or you can do whatever you want. So you can find a number that divides into 12. This is really just division, if you want to think about it. 4 goes into 12 3 times. 4 goes into 28 7 times, so I'm left with a 7 and a 3. Remember, when we divide, we subtract exponents. And that's that. So no factoring in this case. Just want to bring that up. Make sure you understand that. All right. So factor if you can. So you can only factor if there's a plus or a minus sign, more than one term, separate terms, then we can factor and we can cross stuff out. Here we can just cross stuff out right away. All right, have a good day.